There it is. We are live. Happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday, or whatever day it is when you decide to tune into this, you find it, you discover it, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I certainly hope and pray that you are having an absolutely amazing day and enjoying the best that God has. Let me take a moment as people are coming in live to talk to you all that are watching this on the replay. I want you to stick in there, okay? We're going to cut through these introductions over the next 90 seconds and we're going to get to the content. But I promise you, the content is going to be worth it. If you are a visionary, a conference host, a gatherer, you need to hear this. And most importantly, you need to quickly go to moresolutionsnow.com. You see it at the bottom of the screen and secure your seat for the Solutions Summit, January 5th and 6th, 2024. We're starting our year the right way, right at the top. I'm calling 200 gatherers to meet me in the beautiful city of Atlanta as we share with you proven tools, proven strategies. Here's the very, very clear value proposition to make sure your 2024 events sell out and exceed budget. That's who it is. That's what it's for. That's who needs to be there. If you want your 2024 events to sell out and exceed budget, you need to get a seat at the table. Now, you all that are watching the replay, I need you to share, but right now in real time, I need you guys to share that are coming in. Welcome, everybody. Say something to me. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Malik, good to see you. Angela, always good to see you. Dr. Mooney, so good to see you. Camille, hey, love you. I'm grateful to be able to give the nuggets. Hey, praise the Lord to you, Rachel. Thank you for sharing. Everybody do what Rachel did. Rachel gets a gold star. I need you all to share right now. Brent, my man, love you, man. So grateful for you. Good to have you on. Watching Pastor Obadiah in India. Honored to have you on today. Honored to have you on. Lady Leftwich, good evening to you there in New York City. I'm actually in New York next Friday. Yeah, I'm in New York next Friday. I'll make sure I get the information. Hopefully we can see each other. Christian, good to see you. Charlotte is here. Let me see. You're bringing Elaine. Gotcha. Hey, Mara, good to see you. Alexis, so good to see you. Had a great conversation earlier. Everybody, come on, share and tag somebody. Let's not be selfish. Shaniqua Davis, God bless you. Good to see you. Buffalo's here. All right, 30 more seconds. I got to get into this. I have a meeting that I have to go to, so I really can't play with y'all all night. It is cold in Griffin, Georgia. It's cold all over Atlanta. It was summer 48 hours ago, and now it is the dead of winter. But nevertheless, God is good. I want you quickly, make sure you have something to take notes with. Make sure you have something to capture this information, because I want to share something. I was sitting here in my office, Baltimore. What's up, Baltimore? I was sitting here in my office and just kind of processing some things, and a thought hit me, and I said, that's what that maybe that will help me communicate to some of those in my network and some of you all that tune in so consistently and so faithfully to hear what it is that we have to say. And so I wanted to give this to you now. Now, again, if you have not shared, what are you doing? Quickly hit the share button and let's get everybody in here. Phil in Milwaukee, good to see you. Rondell in Oklahoma City, good to see you. David in Los Angeles, California, good to see you guys. Thank you, Mara. I appreciate that. Now, let's jump into it because I want to maximize our time. And if we're able, I'm going to even bring in some people tonight to come on camera with me, and maybe we can even do a live coaching session real quick. KC, Missouri's in the house. All right. Kendrick in Houston, good to see you. So I want to address this because you all should know, Fairfield, California, love you guys. You should know, if you've been following my page, that I am in a very, very focused season right now. And there are two things that matter to me more than anything else outside of my family. And that is Spirit and Truth Church, the church that God called me to found and start and steward. It's one thing to start it. It's another thing to steward it. That is my proverbial baby. It means the world to me. You have no idea what I had to say no to in order to say yes to God on that. So I'm fully locked in, fully engaged. God has blessed us. We've grown that church. He has grown that church through our leadership and the things he's given us to do to 1,114 members in 13 months. Okay. For some of you, that's your children's church. Some of you got 1,000 choir members at your church. We celebrate you. But we're also thankful for what God is doing over here in this part of the vineyard. And so that's my heart right through here. But then secondly, everybody share if you have not done so. Quickly. But secondly, I am also equally committed to a slightly lesser degree, but I feel called, and dare I even say compelled, to be very honest with you, to serve as a bridge, right? To serve as a voice, to serve as a resource. I'll say this to you, and this is just kind of a personal thing for me. God has challenged me that part of my assignment in this season, in this phase of my life, is to be for others what I wish somebody would have been for me. And that is specifically in the context of conferences and gatherings. And I make no apology for this because it's a God thing. I am gifted to gather. Some of you may be tuning in now. What do you mean you're gifted to gather? What do you have to support that? Well, the conference I started, we had 50 at the first one. We had 5,000 at the last one, post-pandemic, or rather pre-pandemic. Post-pandemic, we did 1,500 without even trying. All right. We've paid off $2 million worth of medical debt for people facing bankruptcy. We've made history hosting 5 presidential candidates. No other faith-based conference has ever done that. CNN, TBN, New York Times, Washington Post, all of this coverage to the glory of God. And that proves growth, but it didn't stop there. When the conference pivoted, we started an online ministry, which ended up reaching tens of thousands of people every week, which evolved into a 20,000 square feet physical studio. Okay. I'm giving the timeline, but the studio was not the end. That studio evolved into what is now on its way to becoming a mega church. And I don't say mega just from a numerical standpoint. I say mega from the standpoint of impact, right? That's what we're in it for. That's what we do it for. We fed over 20,000 meals this year. We have given away a car. We've adopted apartment complexes. We've adopted 400 incoming freshmen at the college campuses at the AUC. We've paid for a full ride scholarship to Morris Brown College for one of our members, right? We're out here literally. We've opened a free clothing store where we serve our community free. I'm not talking about trash. I'm not talking about, stuff you wouldn't wear. Many of the items still have tags on them, okay? We're doing this because we're serious about being the hands and feet of Jesus. And so when I say a grace for growth, that is the framework that I'm coming from. And so I'm in a season right now, especially where I'm embracing the fact, and again, this is kind of my personal mantra right through here. God has made it clear that my assignment is relationships and resources, okay? Now, hear me very clearly. When I say relationships, I'm not talking about a relationship. I'm not talking about being a relationship guru and talking about how to date. No, that's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about part of my mandate is to facilitate relationships. Part of my mandate is to bring people together. Now, hold on. This is my mother. I don't ever ignore my mom. Mama, you okay? I'm on a live, but I saw your name and I don't. Yes, ma'am. I'm on YouTube. Okay. Yes, ma'am. That was my mom. I'm sorry. She was apparently tuned. I didn't know you were on the live. I'm tuning in. Some calls you don't ever ignore. All right. But part of my mandate is relationships, creating opportunities for people to come together, gatherings, right? Building and developing community. That's what I'm assigned to. But not only relationships, but also resources. God has made it clear to me that my hands, my ideas, my thoughts are supposed to be made available, right? Everything stops for mom. You don't send mom the voicemail. All right. And so resources and relationships, fostering relationships, creating quality resources. That's what I'm here for. And so that's what the Solution Summit is about. Now I'm going to get to this insight that really just kind of shook me a moment ago, but I want to say this to you. I came on yesterday and I told you when I started my lives yesterday, Guys were at 90, or I think it was when I started the day, it was like 87 seats already taken of the 200. Well, some of you are slowing around and you're going to miss out, because as of right now, there are 115 seats have been claimed, and there are only 200 available, virtual or in person. Okay. And so if you are a conference host and you want to be one of the 200 in the room, you need to click the link right there, right there, moresolutionsnow.com. And you need to quickly make it your business to get there. The link is at the bottom of the screen. You can't click it. I should have made that clear. I'm sorry. But you can see what it is, and you need to be going now. Now, let me get on to what I came on to talk about, because those of you that are not living under a rock, you know that the social media streets, so to speak, have been ablaze, quite honestly, if you ask me, in an annoying way, to an annoying degree. It's like, okay, we get it, about the work of a very, very well-respected food critic, who he and his family, to my understanding, I was recently introduced to him this week because of all the buzz. But from what my limited research has shown me, he is a very highly respected, if you haven't shared, share, we go to work now. He's a very highly respected food critic that has really made a name for himself, and really is building an empire to the tune of some 14 million followers on his social media page. And he is really a TikTok celebrity. His name is Keith Lee. Many of you know him. Talk to me in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. And what he does is he goes from city to city, he and his family, and they essentially review primarily Black-owned restaurants. His understanding, or rather his presentation, which I think is super commendable, is that I'm not here to shame anybody. Now, there's another guy, and I'm certainly not here to bash anybody, but there's another guy he does food reviews and stuff, but his approach is kind of hateful. His approach is kind of condescending and kind of rude. The other guy, I can't think of his name right now, but what Keith Lee does is he, number one, says that I go to the places that invite me. That's number one. I go where I'm invited. Yeah, that's who it is, Shalene. I think that's his name, Darius Cooks. He's just kind of spicy for no reason. But at any rate, Keith Lee, his approach is always kind. His approach is always, it comes across as fair. And by his own admission, his primary concern is being honest, giving you a true picture of his opinion. But what he does that differentiates himself is he makes it clear, please do not flood these people with hate comments. Please do not be unkind. Hey, mom, love you. I told y'all that was a mom calling a moment ago. Please don't be ruthless. And he also says, don't allow my experience to shape yours to a point where you don't experiment for yourself. And so he urges people to support them and try them for themselves. All right. Very nice guy. He includes his family, the whole nine. It's very positive. Well, this week he was in the city of Atlanta. Or rather last week, recently, he was in the city of Atlanta, and he reviewed some of the trendy Atlanta places. Now, I'm going to pause. I'm going to a point. I'm getting to a point. But I got to say this on behalf of all the foodies out there, especially those of us that live in Atlanta. I want to rebuke. In fact, lift your hand. So I need something. Matt. If you can hear me, pick me up in the spirit. Give me soft strings right here. I need a minstrel, all right? Because I feel like rebuking right through here. I'm going to rebuke all of you all that hop on and jump on these trends. Yeah, the food in Atlanta is bad. Atlanta don't have good food. First of all, you would be all right. Soft strings, Regina. That's right. You'd be all right if you'd stop picking all of your restaurant choices based off TikTok and grass walls. Jasmine, please hurry up and get here. We're going to eat as soon as you get here. Part of the problem is you're picking lounges. Let's start there. You're going to lounges and borderline clubs expecting 5-star restaurant white glove service. That's not how it works. If you would stop picking your places based on grass walls and little cursive LED lights, you could find some. I'm just going to put that out there, okay? These grass walls got y'all in a headlock. I'm trying to tell you, stop picking food places off of simply aesthetics and you'll be okay. But that's another conversation for another day. I just had to get that out. I'm sitting here in a beautiful restaurant yesterday, laughing and chuckling at all of y'all. Atlanta don't got good food. First of all, stop going to Old Charlie's. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me get back to the point here. All right, Shalene, I'm trying to help somebody. If I can just help one person along my journey, my living will not be in vain. Huh? So anyway, he goes to some Atlanta popular TikTok places that, people that really live here don't even really mess with like that, just being honest with you. But he goes and he posts his reviews of his experience. He's not unkind. He's not rude. He's not bashing. He goes out of his way to explain that even though some of the rules and some of the customer service things were strange, nobody was, at least at one particular place I saw personally firsthand, he said they were very kind in expressing their rules. The rules just didn't work, for me, but they were not unkind or hateful, and we appreciate that. Hey, T in Baltimore, good to see you. And so the fallout has been, check this out. First of all, it's gotten to the point where he has had to come out and say, I'm going to stop doing this if you all act like y'all acted in Atlanta, because my family's getting death threats. Some of the people at the restaurants are getting threats, which of course is obviously out of line and unnecessary and completely ridiculous. But he goes on to say that he really goes on to show that some of the people that were reviewed, and I want to get to this is the point I want to talk to you about your conference. Some of the people that were reviewed have taken this not as an opportunity to learn and grow and glean, but some of them have taken this as an opportunity to be defensive, to double down, and really to justify their bad service. One of the restaurants that was reviewed, and there was a little confusion because Atlanta has a restaurant called Milk and Honey, and it has another restaurant called The Real Milk and Honey. And so part of the confusion was he went to, I believe, The Real Milk and Honey, and they didn't get the best review, but people have started, boycotting the other restaurant, Milk and Honey, which had nothing to do with anything. And so what happened was the owner of the one that got the bad review, he's doing interviews and he's, making these really absurd claims as a business owner. And I'm coming around the mountain that people, here's what he said. He said, people don't come to my restaurant for the service. They come for the food. Can I help you? People go to grocery stores for the food. They go to a restaurant for an experience. Y'all missed what I said. People go to Publix or Kroger or Myers, whatever part of the country you live in, or Ralph's, right? They go to a grocery store for food. We go to restaurants for an experience. But, he's doubling down, this is da-da-da-da-da. And I started listening to this guy and I'm saying, as a business owner, man, you got the game all messed up. But then, here we go. I started thinking about your conferences. I started thinking about our conferences, and I realized that there are several things that Keith Lee and the fallout from the Lee train can really tell us. I need you to write this down. Every visionary, every entrepreneur, every conference host, you can tweak it, you can apply it to your specific industry, however you need to, but I need you to get this down. Specifically conference hosts, write this down. You are not in the conference business, comma. You are in the people business. I need you to hear what I said. I need you to hear what I said. I need you to hear what I said. I need you to get this. I host conferences. You are not in the conference business. You are in the people business. No, I host convocations and conventions and I do webinars. That's all great. You can call it what you want. I'm simply here to clarify for you and give you understanding of what industry you're actually in. You, one more time, are not in the conference business. Love you guys coming in. Thank you all for sharing. You were in the people business. Now, let's break that thing down. I think the best way to break that down is by lifting an example. This is a true story, a real life example that we saw firsthand in American history. At one point in the United States of America, trains, railroads, please hear me, were the primary form of cross-country transportation. The railroad industry made magnets and generational wealth generating families. The Rockefellers were the Rockefellers in part because of the railroad. The Carnegies were the Carnegies in part because of railroads. The steel mill, how did we lay the tracks? We needed steel. Okay. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Fortunes were made, hear me, in the railroad industry. It was, again, the number one form of cross-country communication, or rather transportation. You needed to get to California from New York. At a certain point in our history, you got on a train. You needed to get out west, you need to get out south, you need to get down east. At a certain point in our history, there were no interstate systems yet. Cars were not able to handle that load. There were no fueling stations. All right. If you wanted to get across country, you got on a train. Time marches on. Hear me, please hear me. Innovation begins to develop, and the aeroplane emerges as a viable option for cross-country and then ultimately international travel. Hear me and hear me well. Because of the fortunes that had been made by the railroad titans, there was a portion of time when the railroad titans had the option, please hear me, of purchasing the emerging airplane industry. Flight was a new thing. The companies that were leading that charge, the Deltas and the TWAs and so forth and so on, Northwest, Northeast, the companies that were leading the charge were fledgling and they were new, and the railroads could have bought them out. However, the railroads did not buy the airlines. They did not take them seriously because the railroads thought they were in the railroad industry, when in reality, the railroads were in the transportation industry. Can I ask you a question? Those of you that travel, when was the last time you said, I got to get from Atlanta to LA? Let me look up Amtrak tickets. When was the last time you said, I got to get from New York to Chicago? Let me run down to the train station real quick. The airlines have made train travel outside of regional and certainly local uses. It has made it completely obsolete as a means of cross-country transportation. And the truth of the matter is, the fortunes that were made with railroads could have been magnified with the airlines if the people that owned the railroads saw themselves as bigger than railroads. They should have seen themselves as a part of the transportation industry. What are you saying? What are you talking about? Planes, trains, cars, and automobiles. I'm talking to a conference host that is missing out on an opportunity to growth, an opportunity for growth, because you think you're in the conference industry. You're in the people business. Everything that involves people, I need you to hear me, is a part of your responsibility. Keith Lee shows us with how these restaurants are responding that some of them don't understand. I'm not in the restaurant business. I'm in the experience business. It does not matter if the food is good, if I had to wait too long to get it, if the person that gave it to me had an attitude. Are you hearing me? If I couldn't even find a place to park to come in and sit down, or when I sit down, the table's dirty. I don't care how good the chicken is. The experience has overridden the chicken. And if you only see yourself as responsible for frying chicken and not framing an experience, nobody's coming to your restaurant. Insert conference in the same way. You're so busy trying to get a flyer together that you have not curated an experience for the people that are coming to the conference. Are y'all hearing me? Number one, you're not in the conference business. You're in the people business. There are about 3 of you right now that need to pause. Hey, I'm going to open up my laptop while he's talking because I got to give you the second point. This is the one right here. There are about 3 of you that need to go and make the decision. You know what? I need to be one of the 200 in that room. 115 people have already made that decision. We only have 200 seats available. You need to go, I mean it right now, to moresolutionsnow.com. It is right there at the bottom of the screen, moresolutionsnow.com. Even if you have to just put down a down payment to secure your seat, at least secure your seat. You need to get there so that you can learn everything you and your team need to know on how to sell out. It's a very clear value proposition, how to sell out your conference, how to sell out your event, and how to make sure you exceed budget. I'm not telling you what I think can happen. I'm not giving you ideas. I'm not giving you theory. I'm telling you what I know works because we've worked it at a high level. So quickly, go now because it will sell out. Number one, you're not in the conference business. You're in the people business. Here's number 2. Write this down. As the host, I want to be very clear. You are responsible for every layer of your guest experience. That's one of the things I heard so clearly through the whole Keith Lee thing. There were owners that were essentially distancing themselves. No, that was the hostess. No, that was just the wait staff. Okay. That was the server. That was the valet. And what you got to understand is that if you are the convener, if you are the host, if you are the owner, here's a good word, if you are the visionary, and that's what you are. That's who I'm talking. Some of you need to log out. And I know we got about 100 people in here across the different pages we're on right now. People are getting off work, headed home. I get it. But I'm talking I'm called to vision. There are visionaries that are assigned to my voice. That's who I'm addressing. That's who I'm dealing with. That's who I'm talking to head on, face to face right now, if you will. I need you to understand that if you are the visionary, if you are the buck where things stop, you've got to understand that you are responsible for every factor of your guest experience. In the conference framework, in the conference rubric, please understand that you do not have the luxury of blaming staff, blaming team members, blaming volunteers for anything that is less than up to your standard. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible. What do you mean I'm responsible? You're responsible for training before the event. Come here. You're responsible for monitoring during the event. I need y'all to hear me. You are responsible for making sure there are quality control checks. And then how about this? You ready? You are responsible for having the very difficult, courageous conversations. When standards have not been met, y'all better hear me. When the ball has been dropped, all right? When things that are against your standards and against your protocols continue to be violated, you're gonna have to be responsible for having some tough, courageous conversation. Hey, we love you, but we think this would probably be a good time for us to part ways. I don't think that maybe this team is you. I don't think maybe this team is for you. I think maybe our values don't align. And, we've really tried to communicate and share and express our culture, how we move. And I just don't think this is a good fit at this time. So we're going to have to go ahead and release you from your post. That's a part of the experience. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying to you? Thank you. I see you guys coming in. Yeah. If you're not able or rather willing, because you have the capacity, you have the ability, but if you don't have the willingness to do that, you're not ready to host a 5-star quality event, because you got to understand that you are. Can I talk to you? And I'm not going to hold you long. Quickly, you need to go to the website and register like 115 other people have done. But when I was hosting and building YLC, building it to this monumental And I don't, well, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to exaggerate it. Okay. But I'm also not going to rob God of a chance to get glory because I downplay it like it wasn't nothing. No, it was something. Grassroots, no denominational backing, no mega church support. We started off just doing straight crowdfunding, guerrilla marketing, and we were able to host, please hear this, we were able to sell out thousands of seats while also doing an event the same week as Mega Fest, the PAW Convention, Essence Fest, Full Gospel Baptist Fellowship, Tasha Cobb's I Lead Conference, Rob Parsley's Dominion Campground. It was all going on the same week, and YLC. And people told me, "You crazy? Ain't nobody gonna come to your thing. Everybody going to MegaFest. Everybody going to this one. Everybody going to that one." And you know what happened? We sold out. Thousands of people. Y'all hearing me? It was something. But in the process of building that, I was involved in every element of that experience. I wanted to see what the vendors look like. I wanted to see, we had, what was it? We had a whole, what we call the retreat suite at the conference. The conference convention center, 400,000, 600,000 square feet. Phenomenal building, massive. People walking, miles during that conference weekend. Literally miles were walked, going to and from sessions and to the hotel and all of that. And so we put in a retreat suite where we had professional licensed massage therapists, and you could go in. They had candles and aromatherapy, and you could get massages at certain break times during the day just to refresh yourself and regendles. I wonder how dim are the lights going to be for the guests when they get in? Okay, let me see the tables that you're going to use. Let me see what's the paper that y'all are going to put down. Let me see it. What's up, Elder Lewis? He was there. He's been there every step of the journey. He knows what I'm talking about, especially about the miles being put on your feet. But every element. Before we picked venues, I wanted to see, I learned this from my mother. You're hosting an event in that hotel. Don't just, they got rooms. No, go look at the rooms. You're hosting a convention. People are coming from around the world, but a lot of these people are African-American. They going to bring some clothes. How big are the closets? Y'all not hear what I'm saying? Y'all think this stuff doesn't matter. I'm telling you it does. Does the room have double beds? Because some of these people are going to need roommates. How late is room service open? All of these things matter. Are you hearing me? How much is, come here, let me help somebody. I'm gonna put this in there for free. You're doing an event with worship services and people are gonna have to give offerings. Does the venue charge for parking? Yeah, I'm trying to help you. You're having an event at a venue that charges $20 for parking. You're going to get in that service and want to raise an offering. I need everybody to get a $20 seed. They just gave their $20 seed to the parking meter because you took us somewhere. I'm talking so much better that y'all not getting this, and it's about to get on my nerves because y'all need to hear this. Your offering is at the parking lot because everybody that got in to get in this thing had to pay $20. They came to give. I got $20 to give, but they gave it before they even got in the building. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Y'all not hear what I'm saying. Good. I like that. All right. So I got to go. I might come on later. Latanya, love you. I'll see you in January. Hey, T, good to see you. But here's what I want to do. 7:30. I need to leave. Yeah, I got to get out of it. I'm not going to do, I might come on later tonight. We'll see. Mama, my mother has been a convention planner for a year. At a high level, national conventions with people coming from all over the place, coordinating ballrooms and hotels and all of this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come on later and do a live coaching if y'all are up for it. But I want to challenge somebody now. 115 people have done it. I'm challenging you. If you are a conference host, if you are a gatherer of any level, of any tier, go right now. I'm logging off so you have time. Space is going fast. All right. my goal, okay, Pastor Johnson, love you. I know you're coming. You got to be there. What you're doing in LA and how your church is moving and gathering and growing, I'd love for your team to be in attendance, even if it's virtual. Pastor, all of you all that register virtually, I know some, I've got things going on. That's fine. Register virtually. You get all of the same content. You get all of the same notes. Because here's one of the things we're doing. I don't believe in just having people come to a pep rally. I believe in giving people playbook. So everybody that comes, you're going to get, countless pages of resources. You're going to get all the forms. You're going to get all of our timelines. You're going to get our job descriptions. You're going to get our vendor protocols. I'm talking about we're giving it to you and telling you, take Young Leaders Conference off and put your name on because it works. We're giving you checklists. We're giving you a run of shows. Like if you're trying to take your conference to another level and you need a blueprint, use mine. It worked with presidential candidates. It worked with mega pastors. It worked with the city, and they came and named a day after us. See, this is why I thank God for this is why I thank God for fruit. I'm sitting in my office. Y'all know what this is? This is the Phoenix Award from the city of Atlanta. They only give this to people that literally change. I think the last one they gave out was to Beyonce. Because when she came for the concert, she brought $30 million worth of revenue. Okay. They came and gave us one of these. Then they came back the next year and said, since this YLC thing won't stop, the city council got together and unanimously decided that we're going to name a day after y'all. Because that's how y'all have impacted the city. So I'm showing you this not as a flex or as a not to brag, not at all. But there's so much non-credible out there. I just think it's important that you listen to somebody that actually can point to fruit. All right. So when I tell you we're giving you all of the resources that you need, the timelines, the job, where you need to be 6 months out, where you need to be 3 months out, all of that. We're giving you a branding guide. What colors work best? You're trying to prompt people to make a decision. Stop using this color. You follow me? You're trying to get people to go ahead and buy stuff. Stop. You need to structure it this way. And then on top of that, I'm bringing my sponsors. You're going to get to meet them. You're going to get to hear from them. They're going to teach you what they're looking for before they cut you a check. Yeah, this is literally millions of dollars worth of insight, millions of dollars worth of strategy. And when I say I'm not pulling a number out of the hat. We've done budgets that were north of $2 million in value. All right. Our stage one year was $400,000. The stage. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So if you want to learn, prove it. I'm talking to somebody right now. I'm getting off. You've invested in everybody else's vision. You've supported everybody else's vision. You've been the strong friend. You've been the encourager. You've listened to everybody's plan. You've supported. You've cheered for everybody else. And you're sitting here wondering, when is it going to be my turn? I'm telling you, your turn starts January 5th and 6th in Atlanta. If you have to do it virtually, because again, those that do it virtually, you get all of the same information and it's on demand. Some of you have said, I would come, but I'm tied up those days. I can't watch it live. You don't have to watch it live. You do the virtual, you get it on demand. You can watch it at your leisure. Every session, every speaker, the whole nine. I didn't even go into the fact that we're actually going to be giving away sponsorships live at the event to help some of your conferences do what they need to do in 2024. But I'm saying it again, this is only for the serious. This is for those, I'm tired of having to pay for my event out of my own pocket every year. This is the 12th annual such and such, and I'm still the only investor. I need to know how to get these. I need to know how to get these other checks. Where are these sponsors and how do I get them? We're going to show you. You're tired of having empty seats. You can't even post the pictures because it looks like a ghost town. Hello. Nobody's registering, and you keep convincing yourself, folks just don't go to conferences no more. That is a lie. They're just not coming to yours. But I'm here to tell you that that can change. Make a decision to invest in you. Somebody's listening. You're saying, I don't have the whole amount right now. I get it. At least go and do the down payment to secure your seat, because you're saying, Mark, I have to be in that room. Not only for the information, I'm done, not only for the information you're going to get off the stage, that's invaluable, but you need to be in the room to be sitting next to these 200 other world changers. 200. Some of the people that are on the guest list already registered, there are mega pastors. There's a pastor that's coming. Church has 15,000 members in Dallas. There's another pastor. He's actually in Atlanta. Church has 20,000 members across 6 campuses, I think. Right. These are the kinds of, and they're bringing their teams with them. These are the kinds of connections you're going to be making. All right. We're doing it intimate for a reason. We're not dismissing you. We're feeding you all on site. We're going to have strategic lunch and learns where you'll be able to meet over lunch and strategize and connect with people that maybe are even in your same industry. You just need to get in the room. Mary and Elizabeth show us, and I'm logging off. Remember, Elizabeth is carrying John the Baptist. He has not moved. This is my favorite connection point right now because it's so powerful. John the Baptist has not moved in her. And one day, Mary, who is carrying Jesus, walks into Elizabeth's house. And the Bible says that when Elizabeth heard the sound of Mary's voice, her baby began to leap. Some of you, your vision, your ministry, your idea, you got this concept, and you're just about to quit on it. Nobody wants it. Nobody's supporting it. I want to tell you that maybe your baby hasn't leaped yet because you haven't put it in the right room yet. Yeah. Some of you just need to get in the room, because when you get in the right room and begin to hear the right voice, things begin to come alive. I'm not going to beg you and bless you. If you're serious about learning how to do it, I'm not doing my mega conference in 2024, but I do want to help you do yours. Go now. I mean, like right now. We're going to, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I really feel like we're going to sell this out of, wait a minute. We've done 115 seats. Wait, hold on. I'm tripping. We've done 115 seats in a week of registration. There are 4 weeks in November. 115 seats are already gone. Wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, there are 85 seats left. Are you serious? And 4 weeks in November, we're gonna sell this out before Christmas for sure, maybe before Thanksgiving. I want you to get in the room. Alexis, she secured her seat. Latanya, I know she secured her seat. Pastor Johnson, you need to go do it now. Bridget, you need to go do it now. My mother, she's going to be there. She's got hers. Anything I have, she's a part of. So if you're serious, just get in the room. Get in the room, virtual or in person. Maybe I can't afford the flight. I can't afford the hotel. That's fine. I'm doing the virtual. I'm doing online. I got to get in the room, cyber or in person. I got to get in the room. Okay. Bridget, you did yours already. I thought so. I thought so. Bring a team member. Tell somebody you need to come with me, because we all need to come up together. Okay. James Johnson, man, you did yours last night in a beautiful way. I'm so excited about your story and your trajectory and how people sold into you. Okay. I love it, Bridget. I love it. Get 2 more people to come. It's going to be special. It's going to be great. I love you guys. If you want me to, and I'm going to ask this last question as I log off. Do you want me to come on tonight? Laura, have you done yours? If not, I can't remember. It's a lot of names coming in. I hope so. Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds to respond. Do you all want me to come on tonight and do some live coaching for conferences? Now, what does that mean? That means you got to be willing to come on screen, talk to me. I want to introduce you to the whole audience. I want to introduce you to everybody and pitch your event. Do you all want me to? If I get 15 yeses, I'm going to come on tonight. If I don't, I'm going to get in bed and watch some Netflix after this meeting I'm about to go to, all right? Camille says yes, okay? Laura says yes. Angela says yes, that's 3. Rachel says yes, that's 4. Regina says yes, that's 5. Bridget says yes, that's 6, okay? Leilani says yes, that's 7. James says yes, that's 8. Y'all might not want me to do it. I don't know. Rashard, my God, I love that Rashard White. That's a good fella. If you can't get along with him, you got a problem. All right. He's 9. Christian Martinez, he said yes. That's 10. Candy on YouTube said yes. That's 11. My mama said I want you to get some. I am. My mama, I am. You know I am. But I gotta help the people. All right. Ladare said yes, that's 11. If four more y'all say yes, I'm gonna come on. Alexa says yes, that's 12. I'm 3 people away. I'm about to log off. Hannah says yes, that's 13. Let me see. Lord. Now hold on. I gotta mention this. Wait a minute. These are the kind of people that make this community special. These are the kind of people that make the community special. Raslyn McGee, I hope I said your name right, said, I'm not a conference or event planner by any stretch, but I'm happy to sponsor someone to go. We can connect offline. First of all, I want Raslyn to know how much we appreciate your heart for helping these visionaries get there. She just sponsored somebody, guys. Do you see that? Raslyn, here's what I want you to do. I want you to inbox me tonight. Or no, I want you to inbox me now. What we're going to do when I go live, because more people have said that we crossed the 15. When I go live tonight, the first person we bless is going to be blessed in your name because of your gift. I am blown away. Thank you so much. So, visionaries, I'm coming on late tonight. It'll probably be around 11. Okay. And we're going to work it out. I've got my personal dry erase board. You know, that's where my real ideas get to come in. I want to help you strategize tonight, and we'll even let some of you pitch your conference. Raslyn, inbox me now. Love you guys. I will see you all soon. In fact, I'll see y'all at 11. Come on.